Again, brothers and sisters, great fear is about to grip America. Extreme fear. Man's hearts be failing, but fear of those things come upon earth. Houses have been shaken. Though you're familiar with the angel, you know what that means. Great fear. I had to apologize, brothers and sisters. I'm going to keep this presentation very short. Did a lot of fasting recently, and it's caused me issue in my voice, and I'm not able to talk as well, and have to get it resolved. So it'll be a couple of days. I'll recover, but right, the mission must go on. Anyway, great fear, great fear. Imagine matter of fears about to hit America. I sound like I'm mumbling, brothers and sisters. My anyway, great fear, brothers and sisters. Great fear. War. I mean, war is actually happening. There's been wars and rumors of wars, but the crucial war, critical war, on the horizon, was coming fast. Got Mr. Trump, make America great again. He's the Messiah that's going to save America. Impossible. I'm trying to show you the math, brothers and sisters. Once you understand the math, you know it's impossible. That's why you have to upload and activate the angel. So you know actually what Scripture is saying. It's actually saying. Without that, make mistakes. Because America, dictator, brother, dictator. But they hate dictators. They hate authoritarians. But Christianity is all about dictators and authoritarians. I mean, one reading of Christianity is all about a dictator. Jesus, a dictator. Yeah, Jesus, a dictator. You do what he says, you don't vote for him. Don't do what he says, you throw in your hell forever and ever and ever. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. No court, nothing. Just his decision. You don't do what I say, your ass going to hell. Period. Court, jury, nothing. Just his word. Okay, you don't obey me, that's your ass. You don't believe in me, you don't have to obey me. Just don't believe in me. Your ass is going to hell forever and ever. No back talk, nothing. Can't question anything. Ultimate dictator, authoritarian. Right? You follow their authority. You don't have no say. Have no say in anything. No voting anything. What they're but that's Christianity. They say, "Oh, we hate dictators. We hate authoritarians," but that's Christianity. But what's the conflict? But confusing. They're telling you that's what they telling you got to worship. That's your religion. But they tell you they're against it. And you never took 5 seconds to look at that and see the irony in it, the conflict, the contradiction. I told you, all you got to do is ask questions, this whole goddamn thing falls apart. But you don't ask questions, so therefore you're going to be held accountable on the judgment day because why didn't you ask the question? Why did you accept it? Especially if you see that who gave you this information was the people that was oppressing, raping you, and terrorizing you. So if they was raping you, terrorizing you, oppressing you, then why would you accept what they say? Why didn't you ask them any questions? Like the Bible says, you had a lot of questions for Moses, but you had none for Pharaoh. You had no question for Pharaoh, who was oppressing you. You had a lot of questions for Moses. I told you, after 2020, right, you're not under their domination anymore. That's why we're going to talk about the plagues today. So yes, now it's time of consequence for you. Because when you was under their umbrella, like the angel says, blessed those keep their garments, you was under their authority. The authority ended in 2019. And so you technically under the authority of the Lamb. Where plagues begin in 2020, exactly like they said. The question is, why didn't you ask? Why didn't you ask our constant questions? You don't allow questions either. If you don't allow questions, mean they got things to hide. You allow them, I'm always at a Q&A. You ask me a question you want. Dictator. World dictator. UN, we got a veto. You do what Gog Magog says, or they wipe you out. You see, they sent the Arabs a strong message. Most of you didn't pay attention to it. See, the Arabs, those Arabs are there, oh, we fear none but Allah. It's a goddamn lie. Unless Allah is America. We fear none but that's a goddamn lie. They fear America. Because America sent a message. They shot a sword up Gaddafi's ass while he was alive and twisted around until he died. Can you imagine that? The torture, pain that went with that? See? And then they hung down, but in a very bad way. They tormented him, then they hung him. Right? Slowly. You slowly hung there, you slowly die. You know, you can hang somebody, just drop her, break their neck, boom, ain't that came like that. Right? Hung right there, and he had slowly suffocated death. But he sat around, drinking pina coladas and everything, laughing at his dumb ass. See? And they sent these pictures of all these Arab leaders. See, we did Gaddafi, they took photos of it. They got photos of it. See? Now, that's what they're going to do to you. You don't get in line. That's why they're all afraid. Afraid of Trump. America. They'll fall in line. Because they don't want to be the next one to sew up their ass. Or suffocating to death from a rope. All things they was doing besides that. But they humiliated them. He didn't die quick. They humiliated him. In front of family members. Family members present. They took pictures. Videos. There were all these Arab leaders. That's why what's his name? The guy from Syria, Bashar, got the hell out of town quick. Ran to Russia. He might not be so safe up there. That's the message they sent. So the rest of them, they're cowering. They're cowering because Lou false Israel. Lou Israel like a mouse in a house full of cats. And the cats are in the corner, cat, ooh, every time the mouse says squeeze, squeeze, they run. Because they don't fear, there's not, I fear none but Allah's goddamn lie. They fear that. They run. Because see, the thing is, they're in a conflict. The early nations, you see, they keep asking questions. Why America help false Israel? Why let people over the border? Why is this thing in Russia? And see, because you say, that don't make any sense. What kind of foreign policy is America indulging? That don't make any sense. I guess America. Because they hide the main truth. If you put the truth in the right place, everything falls in place. Like you have a map. You can't figure out what to do with it until, because you don't have a compass. You don't know which way is north and south, east, west. I mean, what do we do, man? I got the map here, but then once you get a compass there, everything lines up. And then, oh, now I know exactly what you do. And once you put it in perspective, Was the Arabs? They could have stopped false Israel a long time ago. It's very simple. How could they mount a, they're over there in the Middle East, they're surrounded by Arabs. You can't fly in gas and fuel. We can't fly it in. You can't fly in. How many you gonna load a plane with gas and fuel? You have to bring it by boats. And false Israel is surrounded by Arabs. And they got the oil. So they can't come in their tanks and their military without fuel. Who are you getting the fuel from? Don't give me that bullshit. They could have stopped them cold right in the beginning. Just cut the oil off. They did it back in the 70s, right? I was president and I was there, and you should have seen how bad it was in America. You couldn't get gas. America, they got so much gas, how come you couldn't get it then? They had lines around the gas station like miles long. And sometimes, by the time you got there, sometimes the gas was already gone. So then you stayed in line for an hour to get some gas, and then they ran out of gas before you got there. Yeah, go check it out. Just because Arabia put embargo, whatever you call it, whatever they call it. So America, it was something went down, right? They won't do that no more, I guarantee you that. America's bullshitting everybody. We got somebody, no, they don't. See, that's to make people feel confident. But that's gonna be proven in a minute. We talk about those plagues. Because when they cut the oil off, America be hurt the worst. So if they got so much oil, they should be worried about it. Why they got strategic oil? Why, if America has so much oil, why didn't you strategic SPR, Strategic Petroleum Reserve? If you got so much money, why you need to put some in reserve? for rainy day? People rich don't worry about no rainy day. Don't worry about reserving anything. That's poor people. Hey man, just put it on the side because man, maybe rainy day come, we might be in trouble. Rich people don't even have that concept, don't even generate them. America got so much oil, so much oil. You don't have to be putting a reserve, because then just turn the spigot on. Like you just got reserve water. What do you reserve water for? You turn the spigot on, water comes flowing. If you're not sure water's coming, right, then you're gonna put some store bottled water. You see anybody storing water? There's plenty of water available. But let's stop water get scarce. And people gonna start storing water. So you don't ask these questions. I mean, I could bust this thing up just asking questions like, if America's so smart and so intelligent, and it's probably AI revolution, why they gotta bring foreigners over to do it? Millions. Why can't they get their own people, train their own people to do it? When they're walking around, don't know anything, on welfare, acting the food, and everything else. How come their own people can't do it? Because they can't. They're not that good at it. Why they bring Indians over here, millions of them, to do AI? You don't ask yourself that question. And the bottom line is, I'm not going into details. They don't want us to do it. Because we're the best at it. And Trump, he's deceived his people so much. You don't, you see, oh, you understand they're talking about DEI, whatever, what do you call it, diversity, equity, whatever. He wants, what's the word he use? Keep forgetting that word. In other words, merit, that's it. They want to say, we got that. We don't want to hire people, diversity. Hire people based on merit, and those the best people. They know the best people AI ain't the devils. They're using that excuse. Another door. Because see, they was bring you in, they say they brought you because of diversity. They want to hide the fact you was the best. Want to hide the fact that you was the best. So instead of saying that, you're the best, we're going to hire him because he's black. See? So the white folks don't feel so bad about it. They say, hey man, the only reason he's here is because he's black. We smarter than him. Oh, I seen it because when I was in the industry, like I say, my own business, I seen this stuff. I seen this stuff in action. You come in under shadow, under cloud. You're the best qualified, but you didn't come in that way. You came in, oh, well, we got that program. Because if they hire based on merit, you would have all the AI jobs. See, let me talk. I'm getting diverted, right? So I might not, because I said my voice and everything else, but I have my own business, my AI business, consulting. And like I said, in 1970, you couldn't find Indians in this country nowhere. They started coming in because Reagan killed the program, right? That was educating, preparing blacks for those jobs. They was the best qualified. At any rate, I was working in Tallahassee, and and this is just one situation. Don't think just hold it. Working in Tallahassee on their child support system. And there was wall-to-wall Indians in there, wall-to-wall Indians. I was living in Tampa at the time, and the company, I did this company, I went to a consultant. They said, well, would you ask me would I go up to Tallahassee and work up there? But they want to put people there, but they need somebody to represent, right, them, so they can start bringing their people in. And they was going to bring Indians in, of course. But one of the side things is that the white folks that was there, they let them all go because it wasn't that good. Let them all go. And they was walking, marching around, because that's where the capital is in Tallahassee. Pickets him. They wanted their jobs back. Think about that. They let all those white folks go because there was no white folks in there. There might have been one or two. I'm trying to recall. I know there was one female, but she was a supervisor. Other than that, there wasn't any other Caucasians in there. I don't believe. If it wasn't, maybe couldn't be more than one more. It was wall-to-wall Indians. There's about 50 people up in there, right? Running their child support system. While the white folks was outside picketing. It's a state job now. So I got approached by some Indians. They say, because I'm handling my side, helmet, right? And there was a couple other black folks. And they said, well, I'm not going to that, but they asked me, say, hey, man, like I took care of business. They probably said, hey, man, you teach us how the system works. How to do this? Well, hold it. I'm saying to myself, how the hell you get this? Get in here. Because, you have to go to a preview of like a tech, or not tech, or like a, interview. And they check you out to see how you understand stuff. I'm saying, how the hell you get in here if you don't even know this stuff? They said, we'll pay you to teach us. You don't have to work. Well, I'm not doing it. Because, see, I knew the reason. See, the point is, India knows this well. They know the reason why they're getting these jobs, because they don't want to give the niggers. They know they're taking our jobs. And then they come up with their head all up in the sky, nose all like they're better than you. F them. You don't have to understand what's about to happen here, brothers and sisters. Because ass kicking time is about to come. And I'm getting my leg very, very ready. That's probably why I got a problem. I've been doing a lot of fasting lately. Somebody told me I'm doing too much. That's why I got the issue I got right now. They come up here, nose all stuck up. They're better than you and everything else. See? And you walking around, and you're the smartest of all, but you don't know it. And they make sure you have an inferior education so you never figure it out. But that's going to change. This is not the only time. It's happened many times. Because they built all over the place, and now they run to me because they're like, hey, man, you're different. And when I was up there, I ran to a, I don't know what a Brahmin is. Brahmin is like, they got a class system over there too. And so the dark you are, because you got some Indians over there, they darker than African. Those are true Indians. The light ones are the ones mixed up, Lama demons. The true Indians, the ones that, the real ones, if you ever seen one, they darker than Africans. But they call them untouchables. They're the lowest. And so when I was in Tallahassee, right, I was running, I'm a consultant, right? And I'm handling this issue for them. And so the cubicle next to me was this Indian guy, they call him Wrath. He was like an older guy. He was a Brahmin, light skin. He didn't talk to other Indians because they got a class system over there. They don't bullshit around. You stay in your class system because a few years ago, they had these two couple, and one of them was like I think they call them a forward class and one of the backward class. They got all these different classes. They was secretly dating, and their parents found out, and they burned both of them up. You can check this out on Google. Their parents did it, burned both their ass up because you don't cross caste system. You don't cross it. So there was this guy, and he was a young guy. He approached me. He couldn't get. It was a long story. He figured he wanted me to hook him up with some sisters. That man, young guy. But he tried, but he was like called a backward class man. He used to come over and talk to me all the time, right? But he thought man, because he couldn't get married yet because it was a long story. His brother had to get married first and all that kind of stuff. So he wanted to do some business, right? So he figured he'd talk to me and I'd be nice to me and I'd hook him up with some sisters. And I'm like, well, he just had the wrong guy. Anyway, he's going to talk to me, so. And I knew at that time I knew a lot about Indian history. I know some now. I kept up because I keep up. Everybody says I study everything, Jehovah's Witness, all that stuff. You gotta know your enemy. I keep my eyes open, everything. So one day, Raph heard me talk to him. He came and said, "Hey man, how you know so much about Indian history?" And he didn't talk to them. Man, he's a Brahmin. That's high class. He didn't talk to other Indians. I never seen him talk to them unless they had a business meeting and had to talk. But he came and talked to me. And when he found out, then all of a sudden he was off talking to me all the time. And then the others couldn't understand why he was talking to me all the time. But they got a strict thing. And so he was telling me stuff. He would start telling me about the class system and how if you're untouchable, that a Brahmin could kill you and nothing would happen to him. If you cross a shadow across a Brahmin's path, you just kill. Oh. You don't hear about no black folks going to India. Remember, in India, lower untouchables, they're the real dark ones. And they're Indians. So if they feel that by the other people, what the hell you think will happen to you over there? We're going to place near the place. We're going to deal with them in a minute. So I asked that question. Why are they bringing them over here in droves if their own people can do it? I was going to talk about, let me explain a little bit right now. I'm going to have to really cut this very short today because I start and too much stuff comes up. You know, you put a metals together. If you take like iron, you put all iron, it could be strong. All steel atoms, strong. But if you mix iron with brass or iron with tin, you mix it up, it's not going to be so strong anymore. Part of the reason why, because you put under pressure, and maybe the iron might withstand it, but the brass inside it might crumble because it's under the same pressure. So you can't depend on the brass because it can't withstand so you put the iron under a lot of pressure and maybe a lot of heat. And then it starts deforming because the brass inside start melting while the iron is still staying strong. You see what I'm saying? So what the point is, it won't hold its form. It loses strength. That's called diversity. You get it? They keep telling you diversity. They always try to make bullshit stuff. Oh, America, diversity is a good thing. No, it's not. You ain't saying diversity because they got to explain why they got to bring Mexicans over, why they got to bring Indians over, or why they got to bring people. How come their people can't do this stuff? Why they got to send manufacturing out to China? Because we was doing it. Detroit was like a black Mecca. And they said, well, white folks can't do it, and we don't want them niggers to do it. What's wrong with China? You don't understand the economics going on here. So Trump talking about bringing that stuff back. That's because that's desperation. But where's the money we got to turn back? Right? Because he going to war, and he ain't got to worry about us taking over because they plan on getting rid of us. When you understand what's the background, you understand exactly why they're doing what they're doing. That's what you're talking about. Because if they have real diversity and based on merit, we'll win. We'll win. Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely happy to postpone. I ain't no old soldiers out. Well, ain't no soldiers out there anyway. I don't think that too many. Maybe a few. But the old dogs, right? I don't know why I shouldn't say old dogs. The old folks. If you remember back in the 20s with baseball, they had a black league, black baseball league, all that kind of stuff before football, all that stuff. And they were saying that black folks were inferior. They could not compete with white people, even in boxing. No black folks could be in boxing. They're saying the same thing now. They're saying about intellectual stuff right now. They're saying the same thing. You're inferior. See? And then when they put in boxing, what's that guy's name? I can't think of his name now. Johnson, his name Jack Johnson, right there. He got in the ring and the top white, he whooped the boy's ass, just knocked his ass out. He became the world champion. They said, "Oh man, what the hell was that? That must be a fluke. How could he beat that? The white man, they're the strongest, they're the most powerful. He always make those lies up. No, he wasn't. Same thing he said about golf. Then Tiger Woods came along. They got baseball, football, basketball. Every time a black folk get their foot in the door, they knock the shit out the water. And most of them ain't even all the black. Demons, they got some black ends. They take it over. So their last refuge is intellectual. They know if you get in that door, you're going to knock that damn door down too. And they can't afford that because that means you control them. You don't get, they had the same idea back there until a black person got in and got their foot in the door. And they crushed them. In tennis, crushed them. The Williamsons crushed them. They didn't just beat them, they crushed them. Because you're better. Far better. And they don't want you to know that. And same thing here. And once you get in the foot in the door here, that's what Suleiman's all about. Because the point is, he's showing right there that here you had your best minds, your best computers on Book of Revelations for 200 years, for 2,000 years. You couldn't touch it. Here comes this fool, or nigga come along, you ain't got no education, never finished high school, never finished the first year, right? You don't know anything. Orphan, don't know, got nothing. He ain't rich. Ain't not, he just get it. He break the seals. He knock it out the damn park. And you still can't catch up with him. In the mathematics. See, nobody's challenging on mathematics. I gave them the mathematics of how gravity, all that stuff works. So that Einstein, all of them was wrong. Newton, all of them was wrong. And they haven't challenged it. Because they know it because it's absolutely right. Not today, no one's ever challenged it. Because they know it's absolutely right. I damn to. But they got plans for me. Bring it on. They got plans for me. They got something they got set up right now. I know about it. You understand? This has been, but you don't pay attention, you don't answer these questions. So you are in sports, because you see, oh, I love sports, because you see black folks are selling sports. Right? But then they use that against you. Okay, folks on the sports stand. Don't focus on this. But if you apply the same thing here, even in weightlifting, same thing. The best ones are the black ones. In every endeavor that blacks get into, they don't just win, they crush the devils, crush them. Except maybe in swimming. That's when the devil still got it, as far as I know, because I can't swim a bit. Right, but I ain't no damn fish either. You understand? I know you don't understand this, but you just look at it. Look at the history. Music. Oh, look at that music. That was music before. They put it out. They wanted the banjo stuff. Chuck Berry. Remember? Elvis Presley stole from him. I couldn't remember his name before. And they crushed him. You crushed him. Crushed him. Even they getting acted. Crush them. In every field that blacks compete with them in, they crush them. Crush them. Crush them. Every endeavor, they crush them. Not just beat them, defeat them, crush them. And they never get able to come back to do anything about it. They have to lay dead. They haven't been produced anybody. Only thing they can do is keep you out. And now they're about to be crushed here. They can't keep up with because I told you it's a mind war. And right now it's focused. See, our culture wasn't a mind war. Our culture wasn't a mind war. It's labor. They used us. Industrial wasn't a mind war either. It started moving in that direction. It still wasn't there yet. It was still a combination of labor and mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep telling you, you got to pay attention how things are moving, what direction they're moving. But before it was total labor. They had us. Then went to industrial. So a combination of labor and mental. Then black folks started selling. And Detroit was controlled by black folks. That's why they got that shit out there and put it over in China somewhere. And Detroit went to a basket case. And now they're moving, right? Labor, combination of labor and intellectual, and now intellectual. And they can't handle it. The Civil War was all about that transition between agricultural and industrial. They could tell you, they didn't free you because they had a moral conscience. They freed you. They didn't free anyone. It was a conflict because master was putting your ass in the factories and you was doing a bad job. That was doing. And that would say, we can't compete against them because you ain't got to pay. You ain't got to pay them $1 an hour. You got to pay us $10 an hour, and so you rather have them. But not look. Okay, answer this question. You got a person, and you pay him $1 an hour. Another person weighs $10 an hour. The person you pay $1 an hour, he can't do the job. So you're gonna hire him because he's cheaper and he can't do the job. Does that make sense? Oh, only costs me. I'm buying this car, man. It only costs $100, man. But damn, they don't run. This car here costs $1,000, but damn, they run. So which one you want to buy? Just because it's cheaper? You want cheaper? Cheapest only happens when you got two of equal competence, and one's cheaper than the other. You got two cars, and one deal is the same car. One deal is selling for $1,000, one deal is selling for $900. Well, obviously. But one deal is selling a car for $1,000, and one selling for $100. But the deal selling $100 car ain't no damn good. You don't go there and buy it because it's cheaper. That wasn't what the thing was about because they was hiring black folks. They were cheaper because it was better and cheaper. And the white folks said, we can't compete with that. They tried to say it was because of the price. No, because they was better workers. Just like in slavery. Okay, if you're going to slave somebody, you're going to slave somebody that's lazy, can't work. You're going to buy a mule that's sick and broken down. You're going to get one that's healthy and strong. So why did they pick black folks? Why did they go and get Indians or Chinese someplace? Because the black folks were the best workers. They were the best educated, not best educated, but the strongest. That's why they went after us. We're the best. You go get the best to do it. You don't get that. And so that was what Civil War was all about. Because they said it was all about economics. They told us, you can't bring them in these factories, man, because we can't compete with them. They're too damn good. That was real thing. Because when after this war was over, after they trick you, the Emancipation Proclamation was all about, because the North was losing the war. And they said, well, if we tell these black folks going to free them, they help us fight. And that's how they turned the tide. Black folks came in droves, and after the war was over, you didn't get 40 acres of mule that they promised you. It was all lies. They put you in concentration camps. We got the proof of it. They put you, this the North did this, not the South, the North. Put you in concentration camps to starve you to death. Their own soldiers. It wasn't about freeing you, it was about they didn't need you anymore in the fields, and plus you was competition to them. Okay? Well, let me say one more thing about that. You know what indentured servant is? Okay. They didn't have to bring black folks over here. There are a lot of Europeans who were willing to come over here to be an indentured servant. An indentured servant means you was basically a slave, but you're slave for like so many years. And then you're free. So I agree to be your slave for 10 years. At 10 years, right, I'm free. That's indentured servant. And millions of Europeans were willing to do that. But they weren't good servants. They weren't good workers. They said, well, you can't do that. That's not good enough. Look at them niggas. You don't know this history. That's why you get all, that's why they got your all mind turned, all back turned against yourself. And you know who did all this stuff to us? Farrakhan's people. Which means Farrakhan's people, Farrakhan black women. Farrakhan's dad's a devil. Farrakhan's people are what they did this. Just ask some questions. Right? If you dare, you might be scared of the answers. Get me started, boy. It made me faster. Maybe it's fire me up. I don't know. That's just some background. You're the best. And so now, and now they had to bring some, they couldn't want you to have it. That's why they stopped. They was actually training you. They should stop because they knew you'd take over. And if you take over, that's it. If you run, if the black folks control, if there's black folks doing as much Indians doing right now, they control America. They don't have that happen. Because I was the very best out there. I say AT millions of dollars. They figured it was going around circles trying to, when they broke AT up, I worked on that project. They was running around circles. I said, hey, I showed me, why don't you do this? I saw made them millions and millions of dollars. Show them how to do something because it was back. It was failing. They wasn't meeting their deadline. Said, why are you doing this stuff? Well, you know, Elijah Muhammad said a lesson. I got it. I don't know if I'm going into this too deeply, right? But when I signed a contract, I said, okay, I negotiate what my rate would be. I said, okay, I'll do this contract for you. I want $50 an hour, $60 an hour, whatever. So they agreed to give me my right. I agreed to give them my effort, and I gave them 100%. Right? But I wouldn't work with any projects going to work against our, well, actually, work against our people, just anything. I mean, we're still in America, right? Yeah, let's move on. Okay. Counterfeit power. America's power is gone. And part of what you see right now is desperation. See, when you're losing power, you might lose your job, you get desperate. The American want to take stuff. They get desperate. Oh, we got to worry about war with China. There will be a war with China. I told you about it years ago. I've been trying to fight for 30 years. And they're preparing for it. And they're going to get their ass kicked. Because another story, they've already had wars with China. And they got their ass kicked every damn time. If you watch that movie, Dead Presidents, when they was fighting up north. Nobody was fighting, they was fighting the Chinese. North Vietnamese, they was fighting the Chinese. The Chinese was sending soldiers in. That's because North Vietnam is on the border, Vietnam is on the border of China. They come across the border with no guns or nothing. And they wasn't 2 feet tall, like they try to tell you news. Some of these Chinese 6 feet tall. Look at that guy's running China now. He ain't no grunt. They tell people that for psychological. Oh man, I'll go to kick their ass, man. 2 foot tall. And then They run to a big panda boy about 6 feet tall, weighing 300 pounds. And they the ones that caused them to lose in Vietnam. Same thing in North Korea. MacArthur thought he had it under control, and the Chinese came across the border. He tried to get Truman to nuke China. He tried to convince Truman to nuke China. Every time they came in conflict, China kicked their ass. That's why the same thing with Japanese. Japanese kicked their ass. That's why he dropped top bomb on them. They were scared of them. There were 2 of them. So they tell you they're so great, so powerful, strong. That's all bullshit. I get these stupid movies where the woman, she's weighed 55, maybe 55 and a half pounds, right? She go out there, and now I got a whole army of ninjas, Taliban. Well, hell, they should send a company of women over to Afghanistan and win that war. If you believe that bullshit, and you got some women believe that shit, and then they get naked ass kicked. I don't care. I ain't putting down females, but female ain't about strength, they about beauty. And I can't compete with a woman in beauty, and they can't compete with me in strength. And ain't no man 6 feet tall, weighing 200 pounds, will let no 100-pound woman whoop his ass. It ain't gonna happen. It just ain't gonna happen. Because she can cry and Bruce Lee, all that bullshit she wanna do, and she won't get her ass kicked. It ain't gonna happen. You put that bullshit shit in the movie and y'all buy it. You buy it, okay? They're trying to get your sister to go to war. Like, get her butt blown off. I'm not saying our sisters are warriors. Yeah, we got sister warriors. We got sisters that, yeah, our sisters are warriors. They're warriors. They say ain't. But you had an advantage because you had a strength, natural strength. But if you don't use it, they're going to kick your ass. I'll go down with that one. See? But you got a double advantage. See, you have female, X and Y. They're all female. That's a good thing, you goddamn right. They're all female. We got to be half female, so we don't be brutes, gorillas out there. Grab them by the head and pull them around like they show in these stupid ass movies, right? So we got to be, right? So be able to relate to them. They're all female, and we half. Okay, let me move on. Yeah, definitely. But it's written, I have not seen, this one I was trying to explain to you yesterday, brothers and sisters. A new world's coming in. And we see the evidence of it. You just think it's going to happen like, you just go to, when you go from winter to spring, you got transition period. You know, just one day's winter, the next day, bam, it's spring. No, the ice have to melt. It's a transition period. That's what it works. And so right now, you can tell what spring's going to be like by looking at transition. You see, you look at, okay, here you are, you're in transition period, right? You say, oh man, ain't going to be any snow in here in the spring. Why? Because all the snow melting. Ain't going to be none of that. None of the stuff in the winter's going to be around. And it's going to be warm in the spring. I see flowers growing and stuff. It's going to be real nice, you know? You don't know it yet, but you just see the transition. And it should tell you, it ain't going to be in this, but winter's still there. You transition. Oh, but they're going to be all gone. And this, oh, I see, get some idea what spring's going to be like. Oh, man, I see blue sun coming up and warming up, right? And so forth, so on. You see? That's where we are right now. Because right now, you see, oh, Europe and America in trouble. And you see, a new age is coming in. AI thinking. I keep telling us a mental war. So when the spring fully comes in, that's just It gets a little idea what it's going to be like when spring comes in. Man, I always saw these flowers and warm and nice breeze and stuff. You didn't see it at first, but you got some hints of it. Then it comes in, wow. You look around, ain't no winter anymore. Am I getting through to you? You're in that transition period right now. And so, you know, all the devils know they're gone. This world right here is gone. Not just the devils, they're going to be the first to go. But everybody's going except us. Because we went to the Holocaust, and that was the training ground to prepare for the spring. And now we did it. We suffered. Everybody was trying to avoid it. They stuck with the winter. You take it soon, they go back further than that. They were stuck to winter 30 winters ago. Winter 3 or 4 or 5 years ago. Hope you understand. Okay. And I'm not going to read all this, but we have the mind of Christ. What do you mean by that? It means you got in your mind, if you got it. If you got it. And your mind is the spring mind. That's the mind you need for the spring. And so if it's hard, if it's difficult to upload and activate, that means that's how powerful the spring is going to be. So maybe you can't meet it. Maybe you just can't meet the standard. A lot of people didn't survive the Holocaust. They didn't say everybody's going to survive the Holocaust, so we had to go through it. I told you about purging. Only the best will come through it. That's the ones we want. Everybody who went through the Holocaust didn't go through it. A lot of people commit suicide and everything else. They couldn't handle it. Only those that you want to be a diamond, you got to stand on that pressure. You got to stick with it. You got to stand on that pressure, all of it. You want to be a diamond. A lot of people couldn't. You see, Haitians, they balked. Jamaicans, everybody balked. We went through the whole thing. We got humiliated. We condemned for it. Look at that weak niggas over there, man. They didn't fight. Okay, we told submit. We did. We was humiliated for it. Talked about it. They still talk about us right now. In Africa, Haiti. Look at them niggas over there. We did. Uncle Tom's. They didn't fight for their freedom. Yeah, they say all that kind of shit. And you be listening to them. They don't want your ass in Africa because they think you cowards. You're weak. How can you didn't fight? How can you go along with them? Now you fist bumping them, and I go along with that part. Now you got your fist bumping, and rape you and beat you and rape your grandma, and you piss me, and they really butt broke your ass, didn't they? I go along with that part. You know, I mean, and there's no excuse because we didn't have social. All you got to do is ask a couple questions. Research, you'll understand what they did. And some people actually know what they did. I was talking to a brother the other day. He finally came around a little bit. Hey man, yeah man. But he was out there fist bumping and all that stuff. And I didn't realize he knew as much as he knew. Another one, I talked to another one too. He cut into me. He started telling me, hey man, you was really lied on. I go, yeah. You tell me all the stuff he knew. I never knew he knew that much because you guys hear that devil's ass all the time too. I said, you know, because I figured because he doing it, he couldn't know his history, but he did. I'm saying, what the hell? I'm telling you, brothers and sisters, Master Muhammad nor myself can't, even if we could, we wouldn't override consequence. When they tell you forgiveness and mercy in the Quran, you don't understand what that means. It doesn't mean override consequence. See? I cannot override consequence in these matters. The point is, you show up with a dark cloud over your ass, you got to deal with that dark cloud. I can't blow it away, and neither will Master Muhammad blow it away. I don't. It's not that goes female and male. I cannot stop consequence. I can dam it up and give you a chance. That's what mercy is. You dam it up, give you a chance to fix it before it destroys you. If you dam it up, then okay, you're gonna pay for it next week. But now you got a whole week, right? So you stole something from $1,000 from somebody, so now you got to pay the consequence for it. Consequence may be in jail for a year, right? Okay, I'm gonna put you in jail next week. You got a whole week to get that money together, pay $1,000. Oh, I pay you. Oh man, you got to go to jail. You solved the problem. It means you just got time to address it. dammed up. That's repent. Repent means. That's the best you can do, dam it up. Because we dammed up the Holocaust. Right? So the devil said, hey, had a party around years. Because we dammed it up. They had a party. Because we did it for a purpose. Because we wanted it. Right? Change ourselves. Yeah. We're going to brown sisters. Okay, this is what oh man, it's still okay, hold on. I can't get this right. Hold on, brown sisters. Yeah. That's a good picture right there. I'm gonna speak this quickly and then I'm gonna close out. Okay. No, I didn't want to talk about these plagues, so I'm not sure I'm gonna get, okay, there I go. I'm not sure I'm gonna get to that. My voice is not got each other issues right now. Oh, I'm telling you. Yeah, hold on. Oh, here we go. Now, see this right here. I want people to answer this. And who forsakes religion of Abraham, but who makes a fool of himself? But who forsakes the religion of Abraham, but he who makes a fool of himself? What's the religion of Abraham? See? Well, we know you're submission to Allah. We know that's what Abraham's covenant comes out of. We're the seed that's going to inherit whatever that religion. Okay? And certainly made him, listen to this, and certainly made him pure in this world, this reality, and hereafter he is surely among the righteous. Now, how in the hell are you going to reconcile that if you're telling us the hereafter is here on this planet? Right? Because it's not saying someplace in the Netherlands out there in space somewhere, and Farrakhan said, you're dead, that's it. Elijah Muhammad said, nobody comes up from the grave, but they translate that as, because Farrakhan's a big liar, and you know, it's well, he better hope it's for him. So if he ever come back, boy, he's gonna get more of what he made. Everlasting shame and appallment. He's already castrated and disemboweled, pissing and shitting in a bag. Right now, he's got Alzheimer's, and let me say this before I move on. They got a power struggle going over there. Always tell, read between the lines, read the backstory. They got a power struggle going over there. Who's going to take care of, who's going to take control of the nation of Islam? Because they expect Farrakhan to be gone. How do you know? That's why you have faith. See, listen, you understand? It's what they're saying. Elijah Muhammad, he never made a mistake, which is bullshit, because I can prove it over and over again. Because even in the lesson said he didn't get 100% right. The lesson himself said that. He said, if a nation falls, it would never fall again. In other words, the whole idea is Farrakhan raised it, and so even if he disappears, it's still going to stand up. No, he's the one who destroyed it. It hasn't been raised from the dead yet. If you understand, Angel Kid tells you it hasn't been raised yet. It's still dead. They're trying to make it think that he raised it. So therefore, you have faith, because he said it will never fall again. That means if Farrakhan's not there, it's still going to stand. Have faith. It's still going to stand. It's still going to just hold on to it. That's what he's trying to tell you. Because they're trying to prepare you for his demise. And that means you have faith that, well, it must be the right thing, because he said, Elijah Muhammad said, right, the nation will never fall again. So it means whatever who's controlled it, that must be the right one. You understand the backstory here? Yeah, I know you didn't pay attention to this. That's what he's telling you. That's why he said, Elijah never said anything wrong. He got it all right. No, he didn't. He said, Armageddon was taking place in the 70s. I know, because I heard him say it. When I hear him say it, his minister said it. Let me get it straight. I hear him say it out of his own mouth. But his minister said it. That's when I came in. That's one of the reasons why. That's another story. So he's telling you, well, so that's why he's telling you that. So the whole idea is, see, Nation of Islam is revived. So Farrakhan revived it. But even if Farrakhan's not here, whoever's in charge, that's the right one. Because Elijah Muhammad said, that God told him, Nation of Islam but when it rises, when they fall against, that means whatever who's in charge, that's okay, because and just have faith. Just have faith. Because that's where it's supposed to be. Which is bullshit. This hasn't been revived. Farrakhan didn't revive it. He's going to tore it down. That's what he's telling you. They have a foul stroke on there. In several directions. Because right now they have no confidence in Ishmael, because Ishmael is an obvious idiot. And they don't have, only reason Ishmael is there because Farrakhan wanted him there to cover his ass. They said, see, I got Elijah's son. But everybody knows Ishmael's incompetent. He's stupid. He's compromised. His wife's mother's a devil, so he can't go and tell you white folks a devil. But then he got to face his wife and his mother-in-law. And they got to tell his children that their grandma's a devil. He's compromised. Plus, he's just an idiot. And if Farrakhan's not around, they're not going to follow him out of a burning building. That's why they keep putting new people up there trying to find who's going to motivate the people. And then you got Ishmael later, like last night, he talking real, man, he hollered, hey, man, you know, he's trying to animate himself, be more effective. Not going to work. They got power stroke. Who's going to take over? Who's going to get that money? They think maybe Daniel might be able to do it. See? But he's a karate man, right? He's going to kick ass, whatever. And then they also what? They constantly referring to what I'm saying. That's what they have faith. Don't listen to that guy over there. See? Because he's not going to take over the Nation of Islam. See? He, you know, don't listen to that stuff. Because they constantly, every time I talk about something, they relate to it, so that's no coincidence. I told you this would happen. I said, the only people going to throw them down, cast them down. Ranger what says, Moses said, those with the Lord. If they with the Lord, that means they was with the Lord all the time. They were just stuck over there. For some reason, they were still stuck over there. But they didn't recognize, whatever case, according to Mark, right? They still had a double mind. But their nature overcame that mind. Their nature overcame the mind. That's why it was a nature that drove them to Joshua. It was a nature, because they said when he saw Suleiman from afar, and he ran and bowed to him. Well, he still has bad mind. But what got him to him? It had to be his nature. And as we get more energized, our nature becomes more focused, stronger, overwhelming. You know, it's like those you went to puberty, right? And you went to your nature change, the old road, your old nature. You remember that? You had a nature change. All of us had a nature change in life. One day you was doing this, next day, man, something happened. So what the hell? And you had a whole different perspective. But you went to puberty. That was your nature change. And you're about to have that right now. You're about to have that nature change right now. But you're going to, let's say, because he suddenly saw him. And that's about to happen because you're being energized. And now you got to get that threshold. You know, when you get puberty, you come to the threshold. Your life, you go one way, all of a sudden you reach your threshold and your body changes. But now you energize and your body transforms to the next level. And you're about to transform to the next level. That's what it says, 4 winds blow. I didn't know if I was going to get there or not, but anyway, I explain that. And so if you're in the hereafter, that means he's coming back to life. Man, pure this world, and in the hereafter he's sure among the righteous. He said in the hereafter he's going to picture something. People going to think he's a. Said it means he's going to be in the hereafter too. So square that, Farrakhan, square that, Sunnis. Take 4 birds, teach them to climb to you. When the Lord said to him, Smith, I speak myself, Lord of worlds, and saying to Abraham, join his son, so Jacob, oh my son, shall let's show me this religion. So die not. Why would he tell you die unless you're Smitty ones? What are you going to do to you if you ain't coming back and there's no life after death? What that statement mean? What are I going to do to you if you don't do that, if you don't obey him? You going to throw a nasty gram into your coffin? You going to put a nasty gram on your obituary? And he want to know. Is that what he want to know? Die not unless you are submitting ones. So what in the hell, if you die, if that's it, then what's the rest of that statement mean? It don't mean nothing. Because if you want to come back here, you better be around this side, or anybody waste time bring your ass back here again. Why we want to bring back a disbeliever? You already proved he can't make it. He can't prove. He already proved right. He can't make it to high school. So what the hell are you gonna bring him back for? So he can come back and fail in grammar school again? Come on, brother and sister. Yeah, I'm saying too much, right? Let me say this in the close out. I come to send fire on the earth. That's the four winds. See, you understand? You understand this lesson here. This time about Obama. The Africans going to attack. That's part of the place. Well, let me get to the place. I don't think I'm going to get there. I'm going to try to get to as much as I can. And what will I, if it be already killed? Right? When I have baptized, be baptized with, and I am straight until it's accomplished. That means he's in trouble. He's having all kinds of troubles and stuff right there until that's accomplished. It's part of the baptism. That's part of his baptism. His difficulties. That's why he said he was crucified. Why do you think he said crucified? Because he had to go through hell to get this message out. It wasn't easy. He says it looked like he was slain from the foundation of the earth. He had to go through hell straight. Right? You think it's easy to get this message out? You playing with it like it's a little toy? That's the crucifixion. You get this message out. You give everything. Suffer everything to get this out. They suffer the sins of the world. Suppose you think I come to give peace on earth? No, I ain't come to give peace, come to kick ass. I tell you, nay, rather division, for from henceforth, but from now, be five in one house divided, 2 against 3, 3 against 2, so forth. I'll explain that, bro, since I'm moving on. In other words, they was talking about the other day, they're going to make peace with Russia, and I said, it ain't. I told you, it's not going to happen. Be terrible destruction. This is what it's telling right here. That's the mother. This is Russia. They're going to be against each other. You're going to be against Europe. The demon's going to be against America. Right? America's going to be right here. So they're going to have Russia and the EU going to turn. Remember, I've been saying this for, how long have I been saying this for a while? Those been paying attention. I've been saying for years. All of a sudden, right now, before Trump came in, was any conflict between America? Was any air light between America and Europe? Anybody been checking the internet lately? Was there any light between America and Europe? No. Right now is a conflict. They're against each other. It's getting worse every day. Told you. Getting worse every day. You see that years ago, I told you that was coming. And I said they're going to fight against America on the side of Russia. What's the oil? Move on. Let's get to the plagues. Do this, and one day will come the plagues of her, death and mourning and famine. And fire shall be burned down, because strong the Lord God having judged her. Oh, she's going to be burned out in fire. They weep, and they will strike themselves upon her, the kings of earth, though with her having committed fornication, having lived on rain and luxury, whenever they may be looking at the smoke of defying her. Hold it. This is it. And they will weep, and they will weep, and they will strike themselves upon her. They will strike themselves. That means, oh boy, here we go. Hold on, brothers. Close out here. You better be more careful. More careful. This one they come and plagues of her, death and mourning and famine, and fire shall be burned down, because strong Lord God having judged her. Who's the judge? Gluma's the judge. Right? And they will weep and they will strike, but it means strike themselves upon her. It means the kings of the earth. Remember, the earth represents European countries, and the kings of earth represents Russia and Europe. And who they talking about? They talking about Babylon, America. So the king her would strike themselves. They would strike her. They went for war. That's what he's telling you here, right? And was king of earth will have committed and will strike himself upon her, the kings of earth, and with her, king of earth, with her having committed fornication. Okay, so they will weep and they will strike themselves upon her, the kings of earth, right? With earth, though, with her having committed fornication. That means they committed all this shit with her. With her, they was committing fornication, have lived and living unreigning luxury. They may look, in other words, right? That's why they're weeping. But they tearing up. But the point is, everything is lost. The whole West society is being lost. They fighting with each other and they're weeping because, man, all the luxury and everything. But remember, America was fueling all of them. And they fighting America and they weeping because America is the reason why they was able to do. Remember the so-called, after World War II, I forgot what they call it, Berlin, whatever, right? So America is the one that been keeping them afloat, keeping them living rich and everything else. Understand? So let's move on. Yeah, I'm gonna get to the place and I'm gonna move on. Then I'm gonna close out. Here. Okay, and I heard us come and say, come out of people say, come out. What are you talking about? They're talking about America again. What are you talking about? Come out, heard of us. That's how you know talking about America. Well, you should not share together the sin of her, now the plagues of her. So in other words, what Farrakhan is saying is that if we're going to stay here, that means somehow we're going to have some asbestos suit on. The plagues will hit her, but it ain't going to mess with us. That's what he's saying. He said, we ain't going nowhere, but he says, coming out of her means coming out of her religions and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to stay here, but that's going to protect us from the plagues. Really? And, and because we're glued to her, the sins of heaven is called the mind by unjust of her, give you back to her as all she gave back to you double. That means there's going to be a war. That's what they did to us. That means we ain't going to stay here in peace. If we still, the remaining time we're going to be here, it's going to be a war between us and them. But they declared war on us 5 years ago. So we're going to declare war back on them. They're going to initiate it because they're going to attack us. So we're going to inflict twice as much on them as they did us. That's a war. Give a double. Give a torment and mourning. Okay, I'm going to give you a general thing. I'm going to go in more in detail probably tomorrow or probably Monday because I have to go and get this straightened out, relativism. I'm going to try the presentation tomorrow. I was wondering if I was going to be able to do it today. I really got issues, some real major issues. They tell me I fasted too much, maybe. Okay. The first plague, blood. That's one of the plagues that's going to happen in America. That means they cut the oil off. The oil's going to cut. Come on. Come on, come on. I can't, that dense. Keep forgetting this stuff. Yep. You don't understand, but that's one of the first plagues. Oil's going to be cut off. When they go to war, oil's going to be cut off to America. Because America said they got so much, we cut off. Right? Second one. Attack of frogs. Okay. When this happens, they're going to attack us. All blacks. And all this African blacks going to rally around, some of us too, until we figure out what's going on. Because they don't want you. Obama didn't want you. You understand the scripture? Obama wanted going to get rid of your ass. Did he do anything for you? Now his mother's the devil too. So they're going to rally and they're going to fight back. There's going to be a war. There'll be a demon war in America. There'll be a Levite war in America. Right? There's going to be, for lack of a better word, Hades war. That's the Indians. Total conflict. You're not talking about the diversity thing. because they're not going to stick together. Like it says in Daniel, right? Those toes, they wouldn't stick together. Like it was like iron and clay. They're not going to stick together because you mix metals together and try to forge together. It's not as strong as if you have all iron or brass. All brass is stronger than iron mixed with brass. But you got all the same thing. So but right now, America's like, it's got copper, tin, iron, everything all mixed together. It looks strong. If you put under pressure, it's going to start breaking down. Maybe the copper break down first, so it forms the whole damn thing. And the whole world's going to be at war with America, and people got loyalties. You think India's going to say, okay, they're going to, when India aligns with China and say, okay, we're going to, and they see it, they're coming here to take down America, you think the Indians in this country are going to say, we're going to fight for America? Look at the position they're going to be in. China and India allies, and they're moving to attack America. America's compromised. America's compromised over in Europe. They're weak. Oil's cut off. Economy's collapsed. And China's on the way. America's at total war. Whole world's at war. And Indians is here. They close the border like they did 9/11. They can't get out. They know India's coming over. But what they want to do? You know, there's a battle coming. India's. Because remember, in World War II, what happened? What did America do to the Japanese that was American citizens? They put them in concentration camps. They said their loyalty is going to be for Japan. And they see Japan in trouble, they're going to fight on Japan's side. They're going to call martial law. Remember I said, when you put some pressure on someone, enough pressure, they start transforming to be more like you because you have more strength than they do. So they say authoritarian. America will be authoritarian before it's over. They are now, actually. Let me deal with that before I see coming up, brothers and sisters. See, you know, all you got to ask questions. Now, if you say it's democracy and people have to, okay, say for instance, you have a bunch of people and you say, okay, we're a group, we got to decide, we all have to decide what we're going to do, right? Now, you the chairman, you'll say, okay, let's get together, we're going to do, right? And this is, you know, this is we're going to invest in some property or something, right? So we'll say, but now you hide all information, classified. 90% information you can. Then how are they going to make a decision when they don't have all the information? They don't know that. How are they going to make a decision if you don't? Who's in control there? You are. Because you give them just the information you want to make decisions you want them to make. That's happened in America. Because if America was true democracy, like they say, there wouldn't be any classified stuff, there wouldn't be any secrets. Because how many people can make decisions if you don't give them all the facts? Yes, you ever asked that question? You should tell you right there. The people that's controlling that information is the ones in control. You ever asked that question? America, all these secrets, why you got secrets? The people supposed to decide. How are they going to decide if you don't have information? You just give them as much information you want to have, so they're going to make decisions you want them to make. So who's in control? They ask questions. Anyway, so they want to attack all, and that's going to. But like I said, the Indians, what you think they're going to do? They're going to step up and fight for India. They're going to tear this country apart inside. They're going to be destroyed, but they will. That's why I said they're going to, in the scripture, they'll be cut through and through because they know they're. The devil's going to kill them right away anyway before they get a chance to do that. But a lot of them will get together. But they know right away that if India's declares war against America, that Indian population want to side with India. And they got them right here. They're going to start killing. That's when they attack us. They don't want to just attack us. They want to attack the Indians too. They might consider them blacks. They want to attack them too right away. They'll call military law, martial law, which is authoritarian. They're going to start attacking people, attacking Indians, anybody that's not white. They're going to be under attack. They're going to be scared, under great fear. And these are the most paranoid people on the planet. Everybody. Everybody's going to fight back. And so the Indians are going to rally around Obama. I mean, the Africans going to, that on visa whatever, and plus with the Haitians, they're going to rally around Obama. They're going to fight back. He's going to fight them and us too. Or the Indians, they're going to try to kill them before they can organize. They're going to get organized. They're going to fight. They're going to be destroyed because they can't act organized fast enough. So that's the second plague. That diversity thing, America's going to attack total confusion here. No unity. Diversity. We have Hajj for one body. If you got all these different things, you're going to have cancer. That's the second plague, plague of frogs. Third plague, Armageddon. And I said at the same time, there's another plague. Now, America's diverted, but they're fighting in Europe because all their troops got just kicked out of the Middle East. Then the war with Russia, and you turn against them, and now all their troops, all these military bases over in Europe, and they're under attack. Armageddon, that's the European war. And so it says, and they're going to be trying to draft black folks. They'll be killing us, but once they can, they're going to try to draft them to go over there and fight in that war. That's why they throw them in the river. And once they don't kill them, they're going to grab up and put you in, force you, remember, it's martial law, force you in the military and force you over there. In fact, that'd be their first response. They can get you, otherwise kill them. Right? Now, don't take that literally. They're going to be like, hey, I'm saying that's a combination of them. It's on where you're at in the country and how they get to you. But it says it's going to try to throw you in the river. That's two things. And then plus trying to kill you at the same time. Trying to start becoming a nation. So you might look at it like, right? Yourself, right? That's when they're going to attack directly. The other blacks are still running around here stupid, don't know what the hell going on. We have them and say, okay, get them. Might look at it that way. Okay, and then the fourth one. That plague happens. Remember, all this happened while we're still here. The fourth plague, right? Fourth plague. Okay, now false Israel. Now Americans are kicked out of the Middle East. They have war in Armageddon. They've been attacked here, right? Obama, all that, right? It's all going on. False Israel surrounded, about to be destroyed. And you got the Jews in this country. They're the most powerful ethnic group in the country. And they're going to try to force America to help false Israel. False Israel is going down, man. And America's not going back over to help them. Because they know what got kicked out. Master Muhammad was with them. They know they can't get up against that. They're not going to tell people that it was Master Muhammad that destroyed their Air Force. False Israel and America's Air Force and Britain's. They got to say it's Russia. They blame on Russia. But they ain't going back over there because they know they can't. But the Jews said, man, how come you go back over there? Man, they about to go down. They go down now. But you got these evangelicals. Man, you got to save Israel. God said you got to save them. We're the chosen people. They wonder why America won't go back with help. They take revenge. The place they still have control, they still in authority, they're going to turn against America. Hacking and everything else. That's the plague of the flies. That's Jesus here. Right? And the fifth one. There's more to it, and there's some of these question marks here, right? That's the demon plague. Demon plague, right? Called locust plague. With demons, that's also Samson. Samson was a demon. All these plagues, these are the plagues that are going to be taking place to force them to finally let us go. Because when we come together, we cast out demons while we're still here. The demons still fighting while we're still here. I told you that the demons will be destroyed by the same time we finally find and lead the country. We finally get to the West Coast. All that, because that's about at least 5 months. The demon plague go at least 5 months, so we're still here when this plague is going on. Remember that. So I said, they defeat them, take about 5 months to defeat them. He said, it take about that much time for you finally to fight your way to the West Coast. The sixth one boils. Somehow it's more complicated. I'm going to talk about that all the time, right? I talked about it before, but I want to explain a little more things about that. In the seventh plague, 4 winds. Okay. That's the one. Remember, that's the seventh. That's the one they finally, right? That's the one that caused our resurrection. Remember, the purpose of these plagues was what? Cause our resurrection was to get the hell out of here. Eighth plague, locusts. Okay, that's wrong. I'll correct tomorrow. I gotta go. My voice. That's wrong. I made a mistake on that one. Eighth plague is not locusts, right? But the fifth plague is locusts, so I made it over there. And I'll explain it tomorrow. I gotta go, brothers and sisters. Hopefully not. Maybe Monday. If I can do something tomorrow, maybe I can correct this. I have to go. Hope you understand, brothers and sisters. They talking about the plays last Sunday. They don't tell what the plays were. They don't know. All these plays designed, it's going to be hitting America. If you look at all this, you look at all this stuff's going to be happening here. And what's going to happen in America overseas. It's not even talking about when China and India rolls in, because that plague is not part of this. Remember, the plagues, well, let me, hold on. There was one plague, the death of the firstborn. I have it here right now. I'm going to clean up tomorrow. But that was the plague that finally, so it is connected to the goat and the goat. That's India, China. That's the leopard connected, because they're the ones that take out Magog. In that case, the last plague was plague the firstborn. You have to understand your key for that. See, but Magog was born before Gog, and so they was taken out. I know you go back to it's also it's a double meaning for that. About COVID taking out the elderly. So that was the first and the last one. And the last one was when it finally broke them. Because remember, Magog is like, oh, that's what got America in World War II. When Hitler invaded Britain. Gog and Magog, they're together, peas in the pod. And the way they get destroyed totally. China and India totally eradicates them. And that news is going to, America's already, whatever hope they had, going to kill them, going to break their spirit. But see, the thing is, they're in terror. They're in total fear. But they got a little hope left, man. Well, they in war with Europe, already right, but they got Magog help. Got some help, still help. They got ally. And that's their land. When that goes, they have no friends. Everybody's against them. That last ally they had be Britain, Magog. That's the last ally America will have. Last one. When they get totally destroyed, totally, totally obliterated. That's what kills. That's what they got. They already lost Jesus when false Israel went down. They lose Magog. That was the last friend they had. So they finally, that was it. They broke their spirit. Every spirit they had left was gone. Leave it there, brothers and sisters. Assalamu alaikum.